Here we go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up. The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Airing it out for Olsen. And that's caught inside the 35. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line.
That's good for Panthers. First down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Operating from the gun, Eason. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Down. 10-2 saw. I got you. Recon, 132. Go.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the 1st half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
It's coming this way, Here we go. 61, matchbox, lights. Ready?
Back to the ground on 1st, it's McCaffrey. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Daniil Hunter. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. From the gun, Eason. And he's got his target. That's more. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
60 Pittsburgh. Jet bomber, 22-jet bomber.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Operating from the gun, Eason. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Christian McCaffrey there to make the grab as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And the man out of the backfield gets in for the score.
Let's go. Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On 2nd down, Cook. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimal gain.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. Now Haskins to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Panthers going to use the 1st of their timeouts. It's just their 1st, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Check mark 33. No chance. Mark check 33. Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We begin.
Now it's Haskins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Off the play fake. Here's Haskins. And that's caught inside the 35. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 31-yard line.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Gerald McCoy is always going to be linked with Ndamukong Suh. They came into the NFL in the same draft class. There's a lot of debate about who was going to be the better defensive tackle. They just do it 2 different ways. McCoy, more movement, more elusiveness. That allowed him to make the play there for a short gain.
Ready. Mike is anywhere.
On 2nd down now, it's Cook. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Now the offense going to use the 1st of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. From the red zone now, Haskins on first down. Rolling to his right. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Third down. Here's Haskins. And Rudolph has got it. The big tight end for a Viking touchdown. Kyle Rudolph in the final seconds of the first half as his guys are able to regain the lead. And they got the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Second and 10 now from the 27. Again on second and 10, it's Haskins. Setting up the screen for Cook. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's third down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass. And sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him on it.
Big play coming up. Here's third and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Panther first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Back to throw. Eason. Open man is Samuel, complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Eason. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 12-yard line. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure...
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. They run it again with Cook. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
And it's 3rd down.
Let's go. Let's go.
From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. K1 short, his 2nd sack of the night.
And that's the 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
This quarterback now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far, 1st and 10. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
To throw on 2nd down. Eason, that's to McCaffrey, complete. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 33. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. From the gun, Eason. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 16. This quarterback now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's 1st down. 1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Eason. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Mike Hughes came crashing in that time, got the sack. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
He's good. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 26-yard line.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And it's 3rd down.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been outstanding. 7 first downs and 8 tries. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Eason. And he finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Eason. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Set X3, 218, chop. Ready.
This is McCaffrey. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Here's McCaffrey. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 2. He got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
4th down and 1.
Ready,
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. On 4th down, Eason. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
On the ready. Watching it fly. Gotta do better. Come on, let's go.
Throwing on 1st down. Eason. He's going to look deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Give him 32 on the play.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
You ready? 6-6. Pull it high.
Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore. his second touchdown of the night, as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. Critical extra point up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Haskins to throw. Flushed out right. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Let's go, D. Kill. Hey, turn it out. Mike 5'9".
Here we go with Haskins. It's complete to Diggs. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away.
Let's go, on the return. The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that.
At the 13-yard line.
Ready, set. Mike 5'2". Bravo. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go. Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52.
2nd and 9 now. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets his football out shy of the 30 to the 29.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. McCaffrey. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. A handoff left, McCaffrey. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Taken in at the 22. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Tie game, probably time for one final play here. What do you do in this spot?
Now you're thinking about Hail Mary. You've got to find a way to heave it all the way towards the end zone and give yourself a chance. Your time management sheet tells you with this amount left on the clock, you don't get cute and try and get 2 plays, because if you try that, that's all you're going to get is 1, and it won't be a 1 towards the end.
Overtime in a playoff game, awesome setup. Remember, the rules the same as they would be in the regular season.
That's exactly right, Brandon. Remember, the receiving team, if they score a touchdown, game is over. But if they kick a field goal or don't score, the other team gets a chance to get the football. They get a possession. If they go down and score, they win the football game at that point. If both teams kick field goals, we keep playing. If a defense scores, let's say the receiving team gets the ball, doesn't score, or they throw a pick six or fumble, gets picked up, the defense scores, game over. But here's the best part. In the regular season, only 1 period is played. We could call it a tie. Here, we're going to play until we have a winner.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Not a bad idea to start overtime. Feed the hot hand.
And understand that when you're feeding that hot hand, everyone else is pretty much in agreement on it. You know, a team looks at their game and says, all right, who's playing really well? Let them touch the football, and we'll do our job to help him along.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down. They go with the ground game, pick up the first, now in plus territory. And that changes the whole mentality of a play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone, all right? You don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield or go after the end zone. Right now, that might be available to them. And now this first drive in OT continues. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Mike 52, Mike 52. Don't let him breathe. Don't let him.
Now a first throw here in overtime. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. This is McCaffrey on the give. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
Anthony Barr brought him down. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Hoping to keep this OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2. Operating from the gun. Eason under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. So we'll take a break with them and be right back. So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on 4th down. On 4th down, Eason. He's going to look deep for more. Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a first down. That seemed to me to be all about trusting your receiver.
No doubt about it, because when he put that ball in the air, I will guarantee you everyone who's watching this game right now thought that's up for grabs. But this is a lot of practice time. As you mentioned, a ton of trust, and he knows how good this guy is. So to him, it wasn't up for grabs. To him, it was a big play waiting to happen.
Give him 3 on the gain there, 2nd and goal. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. I know
and he's going to score. It's a touchdown. No flags. And in an overtime thriller, they are